So transformation maps one geometric figure onto another. And like I said, we're going to do translations, reflections, and rotations in here. And then we'll do combinations of those three. Okay? So today we're going to focus on reflections, which is a transformation that reflects a point in the preimage across the line of reflection. So a reflection is a transformation that reflects each point in the preimage across the reflection. So what's a preimage? Well, it is the starting figure. It's the original figure. That's what you start with. And the image is what you end with. Okay? So you start at a preimage, you end with an image. So reflections, translations, and rotations are all rigid motions where your starting object is the same size and shape as your ending object. Would this preimage to image be a rigid motion there? And the answer is no, because it's not the same size. It has to be both the same size and the same shape. It's the same shape, but not the same size. What that is called is a dilation, and we'll get to that in chapter 7 when we're doing similar figures. Okay? So that would be a dilation. Okay, we're not doing dilations this chapter. We're doing reflections, rotations, and translations. So reflection is a transformation that reflects each point of the preimage across the line of reflection. This blue dashed line here is a line of reflection. So A, the blue line goes through A, so A doesn't move. A just stays there because it reflects to nowhere. It's like putting your nose on the mirror. Your nose is in the same spot that your nose is. Okay? It doesn't move. C is this far away from the blue line, so it reflects that far away from the blue line on the other side. And then B is this far away, it reflects this far away. So this turns to this. That reflects over to that. Okay? It's the same size and shape, it's just a different orientation. Okay? So you can't turn it to be the same thing. It's flipped to be the same thing. Okay? All right. So we're going to reflect this one across. So when we reflect this one across, we look at H and we go, well, it's this far over, so it's this far over. And so H prime, when we put a little hash mark above the H, or a little quote mark, it's called H prime. So that's H turns into H prime. Okay. G, well, it's this far away, so we want to go this far away. So that would be G prime. And F is this far away, so we want to go that far away. So that's F prime. And then you draw your triangle. And that looks somewhat like it. It's not a perfect, but we would actually measure it if we're doing it for real. Okay? So, we're going to reflect this across the x-axis now this time. Okay? So, the x-axis is right here. Come on. The x-axis is right here. Where does J go? It stays put. It's right there. So that's where J prime is. F is at 0, 3. So if we go across the x-axis, it's now 0, negative 3. That's where F prime is. G is at 2, 4. Going across the x-axis at 2, negative 4. That's G prime. H is above the x-axis at 2. So you go 2 below the x-axis. Okay, so this flips down to that. Okay, there you go. So if you reflect across the x-axis, you don't change the x value, you do the opposite of the y value. If you reflect across the y-axis, you go across the y-axis, you do the opposite of the x value, you don't change the y value. That's important. Okay? So most of the time you can just see it and you don't have to worry about the ordered pairs. When we get to rotations, we're going to worry about the ordered pairs. Okay? Rotations are the hardest ones of these three. But when you go across the x-axis, you don't change the x value because you're flipping it straight down. When you go across the y-axis, you don't change the y value, you just do the opposite of the x value. All right. So what are the coordinates of the reflection where t is the y-axis? This is what we're reflecting across, and they say t is the y-axis, so we're reflecting across the y-axis. Well, where is c? Well, c goes to here. Where is a? A is 3 over, so you go 3 over. A is here. C prime is here. B prime is here. But they say they want the coordinates. So since they want the coordinates, A prime is at -3, 2. B prime is at -1, 4. C prime is at 2, 1. Okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay? What's the reflection of this one? Well, if KLM starts at -3, 5, 1, 3, and -5, 1, when you go across a line that is a line called x equals y, where each x value and y value are the same thing, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and so on. When you reflect across this line, and when it comes to algebra, this is how you find inverses, you just switch around the x and y variables. When you reflect across, you just switch around the x and y variables, and that's the reflection. Shander wants to roll a ball A, so it bounces off the wall and hits ball B. Where should she aim? Should she aim right here? No, because if you've ever played pool, billiards, whatever, snooker, you know if you hit the wall here, it's going to bounce off at this angle. Okay? So you got to have it hit somewhere around here. So the angle in equals the angle out. And I was a little off there. I think I got to go more like right here. The angle in equals the angle out. Okay? Where those two angles are the same. Okay? Because what will happen is if these two are equal, if you imagine the ball being out here an equal distance away from where it is across from here, then it'll bounce and actually hit it. So that's reflections. All right. Now, something they didn't go through, but we have problems about it, is let's reflect across the line x equals 1. What the heck is the line x equals 1? Well, it's a line with 1 as all the x values. So it is a line with 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. It's this line. So let's reflect across the line x equals 1. Okay? Where does A end up? I don't think so. It's 2 away from here. So if we go 2 away, you're actually at 3, 1. Where does B end up? 0, 0. 1 across here is B prime, which is 0, 0. Okay? C is 1 away. So we go 1 away. Where is that ordered pair? 2, -2. That's a reflection across the line. X equals 1. If we reflect it across the line y equals -2, the line y equals -2 has -2 as all the y values. It's going to be a horizontal line. So if x is alone, if it's like x equals 2, x equals 1, x equals -5, if x is alone, it makes a vertical line. If y is alone, it makes a horizontal line. So think y is horizontal, x is vertical. Okay? That's what you can think of. I've had kids do that during tests before. Okay, they couldn't think, okay, y, what is it? Oh, y is a horizontal line. Okay? So if we're going to reflect this across the line y equals 2, it's a horizontal line. So what does it become? So let's go to, this color here. So where does C go? Same spot. Where does A go? It's 3 above right now. 3 below. So we're at, and that's a little too fat. Made it too fat. Let's go there. So it's at -1, -5. That's A prime. Where's B prime? It's 2 above, so it's 2 below, so it's 2, -4. Okay, so that's reflecting cross lines. You'll hit a couple problems in your homework on that. I just wanted to bring that up because it wasn't in the lesson. Okay, so we only have one section today because it's an early release day. So I'm going to slow down the other class, but next time you'll do 2 lessons and they'll only do 1. So if you talk to the kids in the other class with me, they'll be going super slow because we're going to actually have 3 B days in a row coming up. So next week, we have normal Monday, normal Tuesday, normal Wednesday, normal Thursday, but Friday will be a B day because we have a speaker coming in and it's going to throw off the schedule. So we're doing B day classes next Friday. The Monday after that, it's a 3-day weekend. So we'll have a B day Thursday, a B day Friday, no school Monday, a B day Tuesday. So we'll have 3 B days in a row. So since B's are going to get so far ahead, we're going to have to push you guys a little bit faster. So that's what's going on coming up. All right, let me get your assignment out to Google Classroom and to Savas, and then those who have to make up the test yet, maybe now is a good time, and then you can do your homework at home. So let me get going with getting your assignment out there first. Yep. Just give me a second. Okay, should be out there. Okay. Your test is right. Should be right there. Carol, you ready? Test. And then once you get done, you'll have a vocab quiz too, Kelsey.